Today I'm going to share 5 things about your Subaru that you probably don't realize exist, or at least many people that I share this with are pleasantly surprised when they find out they are already on the Subaru that they already own and they've had sometimes for many years, didn't realize some of these things were on them. So today we're going to uncover that. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alex. If you enjoy Subaru related content, then consider clicking that subscribe button down below. And as always, if you all appreciate the time and effort it takes to put these videos together, helping you learn all there is to know about your Subaru, then please remember to click the like button down below. It's a small favor to ask, but it helps me out a ton and I would really appreciate it. The first one that we're gonna talk about is one that you likely won't realize exists unless your salesperson tells you about it until you do your first nighttime drive. But the first one is going to be the steering responsive headlights. Now, on the majority of our Subarus, this comes standard. It's been out for many years, but it has only more recently in the last few years become standard on most of the lineup. There are some base trims and some one-off examples that don't have this. And if you do have specific questions on whether or not your Subaru has it, then leave a comment down below and I'll find that out for you. Or you can go test it. Go in your garage, turn your car on with the lights on, and you're actually going to see this headlight bezel swivel left to right. You can see it up on the wall, or whenever you're driving at night, as long as it's activated, you will see whenever you're turning, your headlights will turn with you as well. So the whole point of this is to provide greater visibility when you're driving at night. Think about when you're driving on back roads, there's no street lights, you're going around turns, and you'll be able to see around the turns much sooner than you otherwise would have been with the steering responsive headlights, because those go around the curves as you are steering. So something really helpful to have at night. And whenever I tell new Subaru customers about, they are pleasantly surprised to have this on their new vehicle. Another way to tell if your Subaru has this setting is to go to your vehicle controls on the lower portion of the touchscreen display. So you click right here on the little car, and then vehicle controls, just move down to where it says steering responsive headlights. That's where you have an on-off switch for it. Personally, I don't know why you'd want to turn these off. If somebody does have a good example, please enlighten me down in the comment section below, because I don't know why you'd want those off. I think that's a great feature to have and something that provides great visibility at nighttime. If you have a different style Subaru that doesn't share this same touchscreen display, the 11.6-inch display that is now in about 99% of our Subarus, then look over on the left-hand side of your dash, like in this 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness. This one has the steering responsive headlights, and you'll see the on-off switch is on the left-hand side of the dash. Number 2 on today's list is going to be something that a lot of people I think will find helpful, and that gives you a level of customization with your Subaru's touchscreen display. Now, no matter if you have this newer design display that has been out for many years, or even the older style display that is a little bit smaller, as long as it has these apps here, you should be able to click and hold and move these apps around. And then you click the home button to save the position that you want those in. If you go over to the second page, maybe there's something over here that you would like to have on the first page, you click and hold, and then you just drag it over to the first page and then drag and drop. So once you get it in the location you want, you release and click the home button. So that just gives you another level of customization to personalize this, to make your Subaru settings just how you prefer them, and making it easier to access quick things like maybe it is your car info that you want to be able to access more quickly to get to your maintenance, to see maintenance reminders much quicker without having to scroll through. Maybe you want to move your radio app down here instead. However you want to do it, you can move this around and configure it just the way you like it. Number 3 is a trick with your Subaru's keyless entry system. So most of your Subarus now have this style key fob, and the convenience to this is that you don't even have to click the lock or unlock button whenever you're getting in or out of the car. Instead, as long as you have the key fob on you, when you put your hand on the inside of the handle, it'll unlock, and then whenever you're getting out, you just press right there and it will lock. The other thing that's really convenient, whenever you do get inside the car to start it, you don't have to pull the key out to start it up. You just put your foot on the brake, press that push button start, and it fires right up. This technology is great and incredibly convenient, but what happens when your key fob battery is dead? Well, I'm gonna show you a trick where you can still access the inside of the car and start it without the key fob battery even in it. I've already taken it out of the car right here, and I'm going to show you how to get inside of it now and start it up. So all you have to do is flip the key over, press this button, and pull this key shank out. And then with that key shank put it in the keyhole here. That's going to unlock the door. Fair warning, your alarm is going to go off. Typically, I've already got it unlocked, but your alarm is going to go off if you previously had the car locked. All you have to do is take the key fob and put it up next to the push button start. It'll then allow you to turn the alarm off. So we're going to open it up here, and it's going to say keyless. If we try to start it at first, it's going to say access key not detected. All you have to do, like I said, take this key fob, push it up there, and that will not only turn the alarm off if it is going off, but it'll also allow you to then start the car. You just put your foot on the brake and press the button. It takes just a second. I did that first one really slow. I'm gonna do it again just to show you how quick it is. So you push it up there, just like that. So hopefully the next time that your Subaru key fob battery is dead or inoperable, you'll be able to use this trick to still start your car and be on your way. Now, it will tell you on the dash that the access key is not detected while you're driving until you replace that battery or get your key fixed. Also, if you're curious about how to replace the key fob battery on this, it's incredibly easy. You can click on the YouTube card above to the right where I explain that in a short video. Next up is going to be in the rear cargo area. Now, whether you have an Outback, a Forester, Impreza, Crosstrek, your vehicle should have this. It's going to be under the cargo floor. And when you get under the floor, you're going to notice a few different sets of tools. Most people are familiar with your jack stand, and if you didn't already know, most Subarus have a spare tire. Some of them, like our Wilderness trim level, even have a full-size matching spare. So not only is it the same dimensions, but it's also painted to match the original wheel and tire that's already on there. But the question I get asked about all the time is, what is this? What would you use this for? This would be if you needed to be retrieved from, say, a ditch. Maybe you get stuck in a ditch, which shouldn't happen likely because you have Subaru's amazing all-wheel drive system. But you know, if it happens, you need to get pulled out of a ditch, you would use this, what some people call a tow hook. So this would actually hook into place right here. I'm going to show you an easy way to access this panel. So there's a spot here and up front as well in the front bumper. Subaru also gives you this little tool, little screwdriver. So most people are familiar, okay, I've got a Phillips screwdriver, but they don't realize that this pulls out and it doubles as a flathead screwdriver. And this is what you can use to access the inside of this panel, where you would then take that tow hook eyelet and screw it in place. Another cool thing that you can use that for, that I've seen people do, I haven't personally done this, but if you have a canoe up top, you can have one of those eyelets in the rear and another one up front, and you would use this to strap a long canoe up top, keeping it secure, where otherwise maybe you wouldn't have as many mounting points just utilizing the standard roof rack. Before we dive into number 5, if you want to hear a bonus tip about your Subaru that you probably don't realize exists, stick around to the end because I have a 6th feature I want to share with you all. So number 5 is going to be your soft touch controls for your heated seats. And most people know now with the latest update, I'll show you how to get an update if you don't already have this, if your Subaru screen doesn't look like this, but you have the high, medium, low, and off for your heated seats. And you can do this for the passenger as well. But maybe your heated seats are on high, and instead of tapping it 2 or 3 times to turn it off, you just want to tap it one time. You just tap and hold for a second longer and release, and that will turn it off. So that way you don't have to sit there and tap it multiple times to get it to go off. Now, if your Subaru has this 11.6-inch touchscreen display, but it doesn't have these soft touch keys down here for easy access to your heated seat controls, and the layout looks a little bit different, I'm going to show you how you can get that update. You're going to click on the settings here, and you're going to go to General and scroll all the way down to Software Update. You can check for updates periodically. Now, most updates can be done over the air, but sometimes they do require install at the dealership, where they'll download files to a thumb drive, plug it in there to then perform the software update. The bonus setting that I wanted to share with you all today that not many people are aware of exists has to do with your adaptive cruise control. Your adaptive cruise control is powered with the EyeSight cameras up front. That is standard on all Subarus now, no matter if you go with the base trim or the highest trim level. And it has a lot of advantages. It helps you avoid a collision. It has emergency automatic braking. When you are using cruise control, here's your cruise control button. You click down to set your cruise control. The car will keep a gap between you and the car out ahead, and you can change the gap with this down arrow or the up arrow. You'll see that the lines increase when you're increasing the gap, and they decrease whenever you're decreasing the gap. Some people don't like that feedback from the vehicle, and instead they want to be able to turn this off. I've had people periodically comment on my channel and say, I don't like all the technology, I just want a simple car. I still like to use cruise control, I don't want the adaptive. And if you don't want adaptive, you can turn it off. The way you do this is by clicking and holding either the up arrow or the down arrow. This is your distance control. You'll hear it beep and the lines go away. Now, whenever you set your cruise control, it's not gonna automatically apply the brakes and keep a gap between you and the car out ahead. Instead, it's gonna be like your traditional cruise control. Something to be aware of though, it's important, if you do turn your car off and you turn it right back on, your adaptive cruise control by default is going to be back on. And I imagine Subaru does this in the event that maybe somebody accidentally turns this off and they don't realize the next time they go to use their cruise control. If you'd like to see a full detailed video on Subaru's adaptive cruise control, you can click on the YouTube card above to the right. That wraps it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new. If you did, please remember to click the like button down below. As always, if you have any questions, leave those down below. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.